life of a hunter. It's not about an end result, it's about an expedition, a journey that leads us into wild places, both near and far. In a time where some believe hunting is not relevant to modern society, we carry the torch and stand on the foundations of those that have come before us. We continue to invest into the ecosystems of which we must sustain. It's an effort to conserve, to provide, and celebrate God's renewable resources.
Hey, 380 plus.
It is our life. It is our passion. And we make no apologies for our God-given right to hunt. It's early December in the upper Midwest. And as the rut winds down, focus begins to change for both the hunter and the hunted. For the mature whitetail deer, the center of attention shifts from breeding to feeding. As temperatures plummeted, deer become slaves to their stomachs, spending more time refueling their rut-exhausted bodies. This year, Mark once again invited Chris Cobbett, the Executive VP of Expedition Enterprises, to hunt during Iowa's second gun season. During the 2019 season, Chris was able to shoot his new personal best whitetail.
Hey, speaking about bucks in Iowa.
Yeah?
So,
Show me something.
they're, oh!
Look out.
Oh! I got something.
What's up?
What's up?
Man.
Hey!
Boom! Did you get one coming?
I got a good one. I think he's my personal PB. That's personal best, not peanut butter and jelly. We got a hammer tonight.
I just want to say something. We had a list of deer for you. This was on the list.
Yep.
Sorry.
Oh, I'm sure.
With several days between Iowa's first and second gun season and Chris Cobbett having not yet arrived into camp, Mark decided to slip up to his farm across the border in Minnesota for an evening hunt.
Just a short, 27 hours ago, yesterday morning, Curtis and I were in a tree stand in Pike County, Illinois, hunting. Unfortunately, we didn't come across one big enough that we wanted to shoot. Actually, now we just drove over the line and we're in Minnesota. We're going to one of my favorite places to hunt, and I say it virtually every hunt that I come here. We're going to the barn here in Minnesota.
In the fall of 2019, Mark's Minnesota farm was hit with a disease, commonly known as EHD. This disease, which is spread by a biting insect known as a midge, was not found in Minnesota until September of 2019.
We had EHD come through last year and basically wiped out our herd. We'd killed the clone here because of that, because all the does a lot of the does were just dead and they get killed off on the EHD. And so he was looking for does, and he broke his rule of nighttime hunting only. He came out in the daylight, and within 2 days we'd killed him because of that. But we're here, we're in, just see what happens tonight. Let Mother Nature do its job and hopefully get a look at one of those big 10 points that are in here. I just got a glimpse of a buck. I don't think it's one of our shooters though. He snuck in through that brush pile over there and I just happened to look over. He'll pop out here in a couple minutes. I think we just saw one of the ones we were possibly going to shoot. Has the 10 point of the crabs out on the end. He's got a good 2s and 3s, but I'm not sure it's him. It doesn't look as big in real life. But see if he gets out in the field here. He's chasing 2 does. They'll jump right there where that last buck did. Oh yeah,
That's definitely, yeah.
That's him, right?
Yeah, that's definitely him. He looks good.
Oh yeah.
The Given Right is being brought to you by Expedition Archery, Element Outdoors, Real Tree, CVA, Hornady, Bare Bones Outdoors, Victory, and Trophy Tree Stands.
You tell me when you're ready. You good? You ready? Yes. I'm going to jinx myself by saying this. It's our second deer, or third deer this year, first day of hunting in that state. That never happens. I'm always the end of the week guy. The 7th or 8th day, or even have to extend my stay. And that's the third one. We got one in Kansas, one in Oklahoma, and now Minnesota. Hit me there, bud. We act like it's the first day, but we obviously know these deer inside and out. Gotta love it when they never make it out of the field. Yes. He's bigger than I thought he was too. Look at this. Oh yeah, that's him. He has the distinctive crab claws, and we got 2 really good bucks like this on this farm after having EHD last year. We really thought we were going to go 2 or 3 years without any shooter bucks, and then boom, this year these deer, Mother Nature's just phenomenal in how she can control the herds herself, and then replenish them just the same. But we got hit hard with EHD. It killed at least a dozen bucks that we know of just this farm. And now look what we got.
It seems the Minnesota barn never disappoints. And in a year with plenty of unknown due to EHD, the farm produced yet another beautiful whitetail. With Iowa's second shotgun season quickly approaching, Mark was excited to meet up with Chris and chase Iowa giants.
We are pre-game. It is the day before the Iowa second season shotgun season.
How'd you get here? Who invited you?
By luck.
The state didn't invite you. They made a mistake by giving you a tag.
Yes, they did. They've done that 2 years in a row. And I've been super lucky that my buddy back there lets me clean up the stuff that he doesn't like, which by the way is like bigger than anything I shoot ever.
First off, come back here. First off, I'm not his buddy, okay? And second of all, the tag specifically says walk-in area only.
That's public land out here for you non-Iowa people. So Gerpsy, the day before, look at this stuff. He's doing, I don't know if I can get that. I don't know if
I can get that.
Okay. He's got like charts and graphs and wind flow things, and he's doing that because he's picking the stand where we are going to sit tomorrow. That's the scientific method that he's using. So it makes me feel very good that he's putting in this kind of effort. Science. It's cool. Kids, pay attention in school.
The Given Right is being brought to you by Scrape Fix, PFC, Bone Collector Game Calls, Lethal. Sig Sauer. Insights. Dry Shot. And Texas Trophy Hunters. With the arrival of the second gun season in Iowa, Mark had his eyes on the Big Ten. After several evenings of alternating blinds in the Big Ten's core area, Mark and Curtis watched as the buck hopscotched between plots.
A little bit of bad news, a little bit of good news. Our target buck is alive and on his feet. He's just 556 yards away in another food plot. He's going to play hopscotch with us.
Meanwhile, on the other side of Mark's farm, after an eventful first day, Chris Cobbett was setting in for his second evening sit, hoping for a repeat of his 2019 hunt.
Actually, let me see if I take one away.
Yeah, he broke his
More like
dog
this.
time off, so now he's only got really 2 on one side. You're shooting a big 7-pointer tonight, hopefully.
Perfect. Okay, so we're experiencing something I've never experienced before in Iowa. Day 2. So, hunting with Chris in the past, on Mark's farm, it has only ever taken a day. Of course, it was just the one time. But
That's true.
we went out yesterday, we saw a pile of megabucks, we saw a shooter for us.
We were an eagle away from it.
Right, we were an eagle away. As I'm sure you saw, that golden eagle came down, and I don't know what his deal was with that particular herd.
I think you made him mad. Like he knew that was your deer and was like,
he pushed it right out like he meant it. So we're in Iowa with a gun tag. What could go wrong?
As the sun dropped, so did the temperatures, as deer began piling into the corn and soybeans.
Yeah, this is why I'm probably never going to be allowed down here by myself. First big buck out. I'm like, yeah, looks good. Curb's like, yeah, it's the Pro Cup 12-pointer.
You thought it was an 8-pointer for Christ's sake.
It had horns. They were big.
Yeah. I told you your deer's gonna come from over here.
Oh, okay.
Over there.
He's in the wrong zip code.
You need to relax. Take it down a notch.
Relax. Go easy.
170. Those does are 170. It's alright, we got another shooter coming in the field. Where those were at? Down in that corner of the beans. Yeah.
That's a mega. That's the one I showed you the pictures of. Turn and look at me. Come on. There we go.
Just squeeze it off. Got him.
And he looked like he was having trouble getting out of the field.
Oh yeah, he had trouble. It looked good. It looked real good. Now the part you always love the best. Now we gotta get out of here and go wait for a while.
Let's watch the shot.
I just talked to Mark. Yeah, we're gonna go look for him. I just talked to Mark and Kenneth. Not Mark and Kenneth. Mark and Curtis. Sorry, Kenneth. And they think he's dead. We watched it on the video. We played it on the high res.
No one will ever be able to say that he doesn't get excited after killing hundreds of deer. He still gets excited like it's his first one.
Look at him. If you could see, you know what he looks like when he gets excited. I mean, you see him up close and personal.
I may have killed a couple hundred deer, and the biggest deer of my life may just be a mainframe 8. That is probably gonna. I don't even know. I think he may be bigger than last year.
Yeah, it's a big deer, dude. Drink your drink, your milk. I know it's milk in that grizzly
Yeah,
cup.
this is milk in here. I might have a
With
couple
ice,
milks
with ice.
before we go check for this deer.
Missy, he killed a beautiful deer tonight. He did. He really did. He did a great job. He hammered him.
Good.
He hammered. He's dead.
So pumped.
Well, I look forward to seeing the pictures of him dead.
You got
All
it.
right, thanks, babe.
See you,
I'll
miss.
chat at you
Bye-bye.
later. Love you.
Okay. Bye.
You know, if I can find the beginning, I can find the end. I think.
Parked on the beginning.
Yeah, I think right in front of the headlights, you did a good job. I think that's exactly where the deer went in.
This deer, we watched it on video, it shouldn't be but about 10, 15, 20 yards inside the tree line. The deer just seemed to always make it to the wood line. They just do. So, and he's running downhill, Cobb, because you hammered him. Both lungs are destroyed.
I hope so. I think it was a good shot. Oh. What?
Hey. Look, we're gonna get there.
Oh. Yes.
I just
Brother.
in there.
Brother.
We knew it had
Whoa.
to be him.
Look at this thing's a giant. Oh my goodness. Mark, get over here.
You might just sight yourself a 160-inch 8-point there, my friend.
I can't thank you enough.
Chris.
Wow. Just wow, guys. I mean, I've been very fortunate in my life. I have taken a lot of deer. And in my life, and all those deer, nothing, maybe one, comes close this large.
Look at this deer. Wow. Look at the threes.
This is amazing. I mean, this is, and you guys saw it. I mean, that was a poke for, well, what I would consider a poke for a muzzleloader. And you know, we did it with that CVA, with that SIG BDX combo. I mean, this is the deal. This is what it is. It's putting this kind of range in the power of guys like me that, quite frankly, don't take these kinds of shots.
Listen, you start shooting over 200 yards with a muzzle loader, and all you did was range it, and it drops down on there like that. Look at that thing.
Look at the mass on this thing.
You just saw yourself a world-class 8-point.
That is absolutely a world-class 8-pointer. Can't thank you guys enough. Love being part of the team. Love being part of Expedition Enterprises and the Give and Right and all the stuff that we do. This is what it's all about.
What do we say at the end?
You never, ever apologize for your right to go out and do this kind of stuff.
That's close.
The Give and Right is being brought to you by Reveal, Swagger, Vision Bikes, Tacticam, Thorn Broadheads, Big and J, Crescent, and Caveman Gear. After playing hopscotch with the Big Ten and even setting up a new blind in hopes of cutting him off, Mark set his sights on an old foe that showed up on the Reveal cameras, known as Dooley.
So this is the third year in a row that Dooley, got its name because it's always had split brow tines, has shown up. And he showed up last week or the week before. We only got 1 or 2 pictures, but it's hard to get pictures because we got beans and corn everywhere here, so it's hard to get that deer to actually walk by. But he's here. He's been here at least twice that we know of in the last week. So we got winds out of the south and out of the east the next 2 or 3 days. Curtis and I are just going to post up right here because he's a shooter. It's just 3 o'clock, and we already have 10 deer in front of us. A lot of times when that happens, that's all we see. We usually get a group in and then boom, it's just dead for the rest of the night. The alternative to that is it's a start and they just keep rolling. But either way, it's kind of cool to see them. We got some more deer right here in front of us. Here's a good buck. Nah, not our shooter though. Unless there's another one with it. It's a big 8-point though. Pretty deer. Man, I'm not sure I've ever seen these deer move this early. This many deer. Nice white horned 8-point. Wow, is he pretty? Just a gorgeous rack. I think our buck just stuck in here on us. Literally. He's posturing up to fight the other buck. Don't they know it's December? They're gonna go at it. Alright, just get ready. I'm gonna have to stop him, I think. Matt. 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 we just hammered him. I mean, we pounced him. He crashed right there. Iowa again. Boom. Yeah. Look at that. Finally caught up with him. So, never apologize for your God-given right to hunt. This does not get old. Look at this thing. Yes.
Hey. What do you think, my little friend?
Oh, that is awesome. Come here. That is awesome. Nice job.
Thanks, man.
Wow, what a deer.
Dude, we put the hammer down on him, too. Oh, yeah.
I brought the flashlight for the track.
Sometimes it's the size of the moment that takes precedence over the size of any antler. For Mark, seeing the passion and pure joy from his friend Chris brings this all into perspective. Anyone who's taken to the field and been witness to his creation surely understands why we never apologize for our God-given right to hunt.